What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Rad Chad Show. Today we have got a review of The Fox in the Forest, which is a two-player trick-taking card game. We'll do the review in two sections. The first of which is I'll show you guys how to play the game, and then we will take a look at my thoughts and opinions on the game. But hey, if you want to jump straight to the action and get right into my review, feel free to click the timestamp in the comment section below. But without further ado, let's find out how do you play The Fox in the Forest.
First thing you'll want to do to set up a game with Fox in the Forest is to shuffle the deck of cards and deal 13 cards to each player. Then take the top card of the deck and set it aside to denote what trump currently is. The player opposite of the dealer has to play the first card. In this case, they've played the 11 of keys. The other player has to follow suit if possible, so they've played the 9 of keys. Typically speaking, whoever plays the highest card will win the trick. That said, if the player does not have the suit that was originally played, they can play off suit. If they play a trump card, it will automatically win, even if it is not the highest number. And if they play a non-trump card, they will automatically lose. The scoring system in the Fox in the Forest is rather unique. If you score 0 to 3 tricks, you will get 6 points. If you have 4 tricks, you will get 1, 5 tricks, 2, 6 tricks, 3, 7 to 9 tricks, you get 6 points, and 10 to 13 tricks, you get 0. The first player to 21 points wins. Now the deck is comprised of 3 suits, and each suit has cards numbered from 1 to 11. Within that suit, there are special ability cards, which are the odd numbers, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 11. When a player wins a trick, they would typically lead the next trick. But if you lose when playing the number 1 card, you actually get to lead the next trick. The number 3 card allows you to take a card from your hand and swap it with the card that's currently denoting trump, which may allow you to change the suit of trump entirely. The number 5 card allows you to draw a card off the top of the deck and then take a card from your hand and put it on the bottom of the deck. The number 7 card doesn't necessarily have a special ability, but whoever wins a trick with a number 7 involved gets 1 automatic point. When playing the number 9, you have to follow suit. But if it is the only 9 that has been played, then it will automatically turn into trump. So for example, if somebody plays the 11 of keys and also the 9 of keys, but trump is purple, then the 9 of keys will turn to purple and automatically win. Last but not least, if somebody plays the number 11, the other player has to play the number 1 of that suit if they have it, and if they do not have it, then they have to play the highest card of that suit if possible. At the end of a round, if one player has 21 or more points, they are the winner, but if not, the dealer passes, you shuffle the cards, deal them back out, and continue to play until one person does hit or exceed 21.
Fox in the Forest is an exceptional two-player card game that I think is going to rank right up there with some of the best like Lost Cities, Battle Line, Shotten, Jaipur, you name it, and it deservingly so. I think this game just needs a whole bunch of buzz surrounding it, and here I am to give you my 2 cents on why that's the case. So the first thing is this game is tremendously simple and easy to learn. You can pick it up and be playing within 5 minutes, but it's got a lot of tactics and strategy behind it. So the first thing that I noticed was when I got my initial hand of cards, I was immediately trying to formulate an opinion on, what my overall game plan was going to be. And the reason for that was, despite past experience with trick-taking games like Hearts, Spades, even Haggis, which isn't necessarily trick-taking, but is a card game in a similar vein. Despite experience with those games, I really had to rethink how I actually was going to play this game because it was such a unique concept, which we'll talk about in just another second. But the second thing that made me realize that this game is actually special is the fact that when I was done playing the game, I immediately wanted to play again, or if I wasn't able to play again, I was always thinking about how I could have improved. It was just always in the back of my mind. But it's very, very unique. So for starters, it's one of the only two-player, I'll call it traditional card games that I think works exceptionally well as a two-player game. Now, obviously, it's only a two-player game in this case, and I think my one and only criticism would be I would love to play this with 3 or 4 players, but that's a nitpick because what it does exceptionally well, and that's a two-player game. The second thing that I think makes it unique is the fact that you've got these special abilities for cards 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 11. They don't add unnecessary complication, unnecessary complexity to the game. They really just add an extra dose of flavor and immediate tactics that I think flips this game on its head and really makes it something truly special. The third thing, and probably the most important thing, is that scoring system, where you want to hit certain sweet spots, like you want to hit 0 to 3 tricks, or you want to hit 7 to 9 tricks, so you can capitalize on the most amount of points, which is 6 points per round. And this is different than something like hearts or spades, where traditionally you have a one-track mind. You either want to get all of the tricks, or you want to get none of the tricks. In this game, when you start mixing in that scoring system with all the special abilities, a lot of times you can find yourself in a situation where you have to flip your game plan on the fly. And where you initially thought, I'm going to be in that 0 to 3 trick category, all of a sudden you've realized your opponent's going to force you to take a minimum of 4 tricks. And you don't want to be left hanging out to dry where you only get 1 point, or where you possibly bust and get 0 points. So now you've got a give and a take and an ebb and a flow to the game, and it really makes it interesting. And so those are some of the really highlights of what makes this game unique and special, but there are a few other things it does well. Number one, it looks beautiful. I think the artwork on all the special ability cards is exceptional. I think it comes packed in a very nice, small, inexpensive box, so it's somewhere between $10 and $15. And I think this is a game you could be playing 5, 10, 15, maybe even 20 years down the road and still be enjoying and still considering a classic and a staple of card games within your collection. So as far as I'm concerned, The Fox and the Forest is an absolute hit. This is a game that you really do need to give a shot. I would give it a solid 8, 8.5, maybe even a 9 out of 10. You owe it to yourself to play The Fox and the Forest. Thanks.
Thank you for watching The Rad Chad Show. Till next time.